Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm feeling quite sick. I hope my voice doesn't sound too bad. I'll probably only watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but I just really want to watch some Naruto and see what's gonna happen next. I tend to get sinus infections and it's like the beginning of spring here, so I guess my body is unable to live in the environment in which I was born. So that is unfortunate. So let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Sasori's puppet evolves and Granny reveals that Sasori is in fact inside the puppet. I can't imagine that's very comfortable. The puppet serves as his armor and his weapon.
But do you know how I prepare a new specimen for my collection? First, I drain its blood. Then I remove all the organs and wash it inside and out. Make it nice and clean. And then, after I've preserved the body against decay, the final step is to fill it with hidden weapons.
You're telling me that those puppets are made from people? He makes people puppets? That's very messed up. Man is like Ed Gein. He's gonna making clothes out of people. Oh, that's really messed up. That makes him like less of a soldier and more of a serial killer in a way, because he wants the body to do something with the bodies, right? That's kind of more of a serial killer thing than a soldier thing. That's really weird. How does one even decide to do that in the first place? Surely there's a whole range of materials that would be better suited to making puppets than people. Let's not speculate about the kind of leather that humans make. I think I don't want to think about this too much. And Naruto looks like he's already on the edge. Deidara tells Kakashi that Sasori is more dangerous than he is and he should probably focus his attention on him. He's very clearly trying to get Kakashi to leave. Chiyo reveals that while Sasori did make traditional wooden puppets like the ones Kankuro uses, his real passion was making puppets from people. His true artistic passion. They need to get him out of the puppet, but essentially the thing is full of booby traps, so that's not so simple. So Chiyo is telling Sakura that they need to destroy the body of the puppet in order to get to Sasori, and that it requires enormous, monstrous physical strength that she just doesn't have, but Sakura would have because she's been trained by Tsunade, and we've already seen her have like incredible physical strength. And I wish that they leaned a little bit harder into Sakura's physical strength. Like, I wish that she had almost, in Arcane, or I suppose League of Legends, V has those. So yes, it's Vi, not V, and the word that I'm looking for here is gauntlet. Those fists, those robot fists. Like, I wish that she had weapons and stuff that was like about emphasizing her physical strength. Because we've already seen ninjas carry around a large object. Like Tamari carries that big fan and Gaara has that huge thing on his back, and it wouldn't be unreasonable for her to carry around large weapons or large things that she attached to her fist, even just knuckle dusters, just like something to emphasize like her punches, that they're just very strong. I think that would have been really cool. So the game plan is for Sakura to get close enough to monster punch the puppet while avoiding every attack on account of that potent poison. Lady Chiyo lets down her hair, and I half expected her to unveil something like a third eye on her forehead or something like that, but no such luck. Lady Chiyo whispers a plan to Sakura, and it's good to finally see them making an effort for their opponent not to hear them talking, because they always seem to be having very loud conversations and their opponent can hear everything that they're saying. So now they can finally get started. And Lady Chiyo kind of reminds me of Yoda. Kakashi recognizes that Deidara is trying to get him to leave, but he doesn't want to leave Naruto with the man who defeated the Kazekage. Of course, Naruto encourages him to go, sure that he can save Gaara on his own. Look at his eyes. Young man is about to hulk out. He charges, Deidara dodges, and releases an explosive bird. Kakashi blocks it and dodges a kunai. Sakura and Chiyo dodge Sasori's attacks while making their way closer to him. But of course, he's got tons of stuff to fire at them, and the Kunoichi successfully dodge every one. Sasori is surprised at Sakura's abilities, and I guess I am too. Though there's no benchmark to see how far she's come in the last couple of years, so maybe this is just a way for us to see where her skills are at now. They work together very well, and Sakura is able to get close enough to land a punch and destroy the puppet. Once the puppet is destroyed, we see Sasori jump away like a little gremlin. Deidara gives some interesting details on Jinchuriki. He says Gaara is their third, and that they're usually sullen outcasts, and that this is the first time anyone tried to save one of them. And that tells us that the way that Gaara and Naruto were treated is kind of the common experience for Jinchuriki, and that's kind of heartbreaking. The episode ends and we see this new high school slice of life ending. I kinda like it. Naruto's outfit looks quite cool. We return to the Sand Village and see that Kankuro is out of bed and sent for Tamari and her team to return. They're going to go after Gaara too. I hope that they arrive in time to make a difference. Sasori manipulates the puppet's head to fire more needles, but they dodge them.
Well played. I should have expected no less from my own granny.
It's Johnny Young Bosch, guys! He's my favorite! That's such a pleasant surprise!
You can foresee my attacks, old woman. Then you control the girl with chakra threads using your puppet master jutsu. How clever of you to attach chakra threads to Hiruko's tail too.
So now we know that Granny was puppeting Sakura. That's interesting to know puppetry techniques can be used on people. I wonder if that is something that will be used again later.
I don't understand. Your face is exactly the same. You haven't aged.
And he's so pretty. I wasn't expecting him to look so baby-faced and angelic and young, as Granny Chiyo noticed that he has not aged. So I wonder if he has some kind of jutsu like Tsunade has, or there's some other reason for it, but that is very interesting. He wore the puppet that he was wearing had such a monstrous face, and then he's just so pretty inside. Deidara leads Naruto and Kakashi further away. He doesn't want Sasori to interrupt his fight with Naruto the Nine-Tailed. And unfortunately, Team Guy is pretty evenly matched with their doubles and unable to defeat them quickly. Kakashi is worried about Sakura and Granny Chiyo, but I think he recognizes how important it is to keep Naruto out of the hands of the akatsuki. What I expect to be a short check-in with the Sand Ninja evolves into the old man telling them all a story. I wasn't expecting such a dramatic slowdown of pace. Old man tells them about the very powerful third Kazekage and how he disappeared one day, throwing the village into a chaos that resulted in bloodshed. So he has learned that it is important to stop and take a breath, thoroughly think things through before acting, and take into consideration the consequences of your actions. And no one knows what happened to the third Kazekage. Granny Chiyo is so stunned by Sasori's youthful good looks that she does not act and gives him the opportunity to summon another puppet. I think we now know what happened to the third Kazekage.
What do you think? Doesn't it just take you back, Granny Chiyo?
It's been over 10 years since the third Kazekage suddenly disappeared from the village without a trace. Sasori, it was you?
Yeah, and what if it was? I'm not afraid of a retired old woman. You've got one foot in the grave and you want revenge. You can't even touch me.
So messed up. And also impressive that he was able to take down such a powerful Kazekage, and 10 years ago at that. so we could assume that he's even stronger than he was back then. But what a terrible, horrific thing to do to a person. His connection to Orochimaru sparks Sakura's interest, as he might know how to find the guy and therefore find Sasuke. Sasori is ready to end things, and this Kazekage puppet is quite something to behold. Lady Chiyo is still controlling Sakura, and so she's able to avoid most of the attacks. He releases poison gas around her, and it's not looking good. I'm hoping though that she knows how to deal with poison because of her training with Lady Tsunade. We'll see what happens. Deidara blows Naruto and Kakashi up a little with his explosive birds. He's annoying me by leaving them so far away. I understand why, but this is the third episode of them following him while he sends explosive birdies. Team Guy is growing exhausted from fighting their doubles, which makes me wonder how much help they'd be to the others even if they did find a way to finish these fights. Sakura is holding her breath, but Chiyo can't pull her out of the trap because Sasori has her bound. So things are looking bad. And you know, the Kazekage puppet has such a sad face. Sakura remembers promising Naruto that she would no longer be dead weight, and so she makes a move and blows up the trap, dispersing the gas. Well done, young lady. I hope she didn't breathe in any of that poison. I like how Sasori just watches Sakura recover instead of making another move while they're still vulnerable. She lets him know that no matter what, she's going to make him tell her everything he knows about Orochimaru. I bet Jiraiya knows where Orochimaru is. Is this information gathering even necessary? Deidara wants to separate Naruto and Kakashi, but it's not proving so easy. Never underestimate the legendary copy ninja. Lady Chiyo protects Sakura from Sasori's attack, and I wish she had protected herself, rather. Maybe some earth-style jutsu or something. She gave this big speech, and she didn't make a move to defend against that? I thought no matter what she was going to get him to tell her about Orochimaru. Anyway, Granny has now summoned her own puppets.
You remember these, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
That's right. These are the very first puppets that you ever crafted. The father and the mother.
So you're saying to me that when this boy, I'm assuming at the time he was a boy, had the idea to make human puppets, the first ones he did were his own mother and father? What kind of person is this Sasori? What is his story going to be? Is he a psychopath? He seems like a psychopath. That is messed up. And Granny still has them? Would you not want to destroy something like that? Or can you not bring yourself to destroy it because those are your children? But then we cremate bodies and stuff like that. I would get rid of those puppets. I would not keep them. Maybe they're very powerful. Maybe they're comforting to her. Look at that expression on his face, and he was just a child. Something is very wrong with this guy. The puppet fighting begins, and the music playing reminds me of old school rock with like a Japanese touch. Kind of makes me think of the cartoons I used to watch when I was a kid. They're moving incredibly fast, and it's clear they're both puppet experts. Granny looks so sad as she fights her grandson, and all the puppets have taken on quite a bit of damage. The Kazekage puppet opens its mouth and smoke comes out. The akatsuki music begins to play, so we know it's serious now. Lady Chiyo says this is the Kazekage's jutsu, so now I see why someone might want to use a human to make a puppet to control their jutsu.
What is that?
The most terrifying weapon in the history of the Sand Village. The Iron Sand.
So, sand and not smoke like I first thought. The Iron Sand, that sounds very dramatic. I wonder if it's literal, like iron ground down to the size of sand, like the particles of sand. That would be interesting to see where that goes. I am going to end here. I am not feeling so great and I am very tired. I haven't been sleeping. So that's it for me in this video. I feel like not too much happened in these 3 episodes. A lot of build up, a lot of talking, a lot of leading up to something that hasn't quite happened yet, which is something that Naruto likes to do. So anyway, I hope that you have a good day, a good week. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Kayla. Bye.